All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see Matt. Matt's in the house, and Thomas, and
Hey,
Jody.
everybody.
Hold on. Got her. Mute this. There we go. Okay. Jeez, I got caught up in my own thing. Oh, man. Yeah, and Mudball's in the house. He's listening. He's all day shoot. Holy smoke, still unloading gear. But yeah, and Jody, of course. Jody's here. Thanks everybody for stopping in. We're live here from the studios of Brant Aerials, and now over to our Studio B, where the weekly Boshart is recorded in Brampton, Ontario. Jim Boshart.
Hello. No, Studio C is where the weekly Boshart.
Oh, that's right.
That's at the other end of the wall.
Very good. So how's things there, Jim?
Hanging tough. We had a bit of a rough night last night, but we muddled through it, and a couple of pain pills. We're going to be okay.
Yeah. That was a sad story to hear. If you haven't heard of the rest of you, Jim lost his dog last night. Had to put her down.
Aussie doggy.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's been lots of news in the community lately with Chuck getting T-boned and flipped over in his truck, and
terrific.
Mike from Night Train having his bout with some blood clots and whatnot, and now Jeff Sills is down for the count. I don't know when we'll see Jeff back doing the news for Ken Herron, but we send him and Mike and of course everybody their best. Like Chuck with a car accident, man, he was pretty shook up, but glad he's okay. Anyway. Yeah. So anything else new? You've been flying there, Jim?
No, like I say, it's just been pretty wrapped up, and the weather has been pretty gloomy the last day or two up here. So,
yeah,
afraid to take it out for the rain to come on.
Yeah. Well, we had a bout of rain here today. I was going to go down the road and fly my commercial project, but then it poured down rain, and then it got sunny and windy, and then this live stream business came up. So
yeah, take the fair bit out of you. I know.
So I've got an hour between this and the Heron show. So what's that guy? Heron, the bird.
Oh, that bird guy.
Yeah.
How fitting.
How fitting, yeah. How many we got? We got 7 people watching. That's not bad. We'll give it a little bit of time before we get into tonight's subject. I know that everybody is anxious to find out what this big news is. That
we got to learn the truth.
Oh, Jim and I have been working on it, and we're getting to the bottom of the story. It's like they said on the X-Files. The truth is out there.
Somewhere. Oh,
I got my tinfoil hat on for later because I don't want anybody to
steal your thoughts.
Yeah, I don't want them to know what I'm thinking about before I think about it. So we'll have to see how this goes. Um, okay, now the OM5. Who's got the OM5? One in the chat if you bought it, zero if you didn't. I'm saying I put the zero in. Yeah, Jim put the zero in.
I've still got the 4. I think I've used it maybe 4 times.
I've got the 3, and I've used it a number of times, but it's just bulky, right? It's a lot to carry around. It's in my car. It's probably died sitting in there, but it's just a matter of having all the stuff together, right? It doesn't fit in my drone bag.
Yeah.
So,
the Pocket 2 is just so much more convenient.
Yeah. Well, and it takes your phone, and now my phone has to go on my drone.
Yeah.
So I can't do both at the same time. So it's just, I don't know, that's just the way it is. So I had no interest in a new gimbal. And really at this point I don't have even any interest in the Mavic Pro 3 when it comes out. I think the Air 2S that I've got is going to serve me for a few years.
Satisfy everything you need.
Yeah. So it's, the only downside, there's 2 downsides really. The first one's the fly app, which is crap, and the second one is when you do show up for a commercial shoot, they're underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because it's so small.
You need to bring a Harrier jet over to do it.
Yeah. They're expecting at least an Inspire and hopefully a Matrice, right?
Yeah.
So, Phantom Hodges drone is with us, Paul Hodges. Now, there's a guy who flies a Phantom, but on the big commercial jobs, he'll bust out the Inspire. He's got an Inspire 1, which it's a pretty impressive bird with the landing gear that goes up and whatnot. Yeah. So that'll work out for him.
But don't forget, it's whoever dies with the most toys wins. So
the
Gear 2, the Mavic 3, the Osmo 4, and the 5.
Yeah.
Keep going. What's an Inspire worth anyway?
I don't know. Should we go shop for it? Hold on. Let's
put in cart.
Let's just go here. Let's say DJI.com. DJI official website.
Yeah.
And professional Inspire 2. Okay. Hit the buy now button.
That ought to tell you.
There we go. Hang on. StreamYard.
3,000 US.
There we go. 3,000 US.
Yeah. So that's 19,000 Canadian.
Oh, and that's with the camera, right? Oh, and they're out of stock. So if you want the X5S standard, that's
standard.
$52.99. That gets you the camera. Or the X5S Advanced is $7,099.
The X7 Advanced.
There you go. That's what we'll grab that one. What's in the box? Did they have a what's in the box thing?
Drone in the box. Big drone.
Yeah. Oh, it's got a controller.
You gotta have a pretty good clientele base to even think about investing in one of those.
Yeah. Okay. So it's going to give you the X4S and the X5S. So you get 2 cameras there. Oh. Yeah, I got to do a lot of shooting for $9,400.
You got that right.
I'd have to be, you'd have to have some major major clients on your list to go there. That's a bit nuts, you know. I didn't. No, I'm not even gonna go. I was gonna.
Happy birthday, Jody. Yours is in the mail.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. We're not Paul Murray. We just don't go out and buy every single one. The Inspire X2 Advanced, $9,400. Whoa. And the Inspire 2 Raw at 3,000 is out of stock. So we're
like hotcakes there.
we ain't going there. Nope. Oh man. Yeah, to dream, eh?
Yeah, bigger invoices, mudballs.
Yeah. That's one thing I've always said is quote your price without a quiver. Don't ever say, oh geez, how much is it? It's $500. Is that okay? No, it's $500. It's a bargain.
Yeah.
You know.
It's all in the presentation.
Oh yeah, you know. Everybody can do it cheaper, but not many can do it better. It's all, and the thing is, when they see your little wee tiny drone, they're not impressed, but when they see the footage,
yeah,
that sells them. Then they come back. That's what I've found anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And then they don't question the price the next time. So, oh, you know what I did today?
What did you do? Oh,
I got my FAA trust card.
If you ever go flying down there.
Well, I just wanted to say that I had it and to see what it was like. And to be honest, it took about 10 minutes. You have to do all of the training things. All you do is just click next lesson, and then it gives you the questions for that lesson. And then you click next lesson, and it gives you the questions for that lesson, and you answer them all. And yeah, about 10 minutes to do the whole course. And
it won't let you pick the wrong answer.
Well, I never did pick the wrong answer because they're so simple. I mean, the flight of the drone is the responsibility of the pilot operating the drone, the local police, or the FAA. Oh, well, yeah, it's the guy flying the drone, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how dumb it was. And what is the maximum altitude that you can fly your drone at in uncontrolled airspace? 10,000 feet, 5,000 feet, or 400 feet? It's like, really?
Yeah.
So,
I won't do it at 10. I tried.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? It at least lets them know that you have an idea of what these things are about, right? And Peter Carroll, holy smokes. Early in the morning for Peter Carroll. Good to see you, Peter. Judge Judy must be over. Yeah, so anyway, do we want to get into this?
Sure we can.
Are we ready? Hold on, what do we got? We got 8 people watching. Okay. Now here's the thing. We've gathered up all the evidence, and how am I going to put this? You are being watched. There is government oversight that has been previously unannounced. And we believe that nearly half of the birds in the air now are not actually birds. They're government-controlled drones. They're there to observe you. Now, Jim, you've got some examples of which birds do what, right?
I had it up here. There we go, a little bigger. The pigeon.
Oh.
Just your basic city surveillance.
Okay. And owls?
They're obviously nighttime surveillance.
Yeah. See, there you go. It's now starting to make sense. And we've got Canada geese who do recreational surveillance. They watch the parks.
They're always there.
They're always there. That's what they do.
You can't go anywhere in a park without stepping in some green poo.
No. And crows. Crows are the attack drones. They'll come after you, right?
Yep.
And what else you got, Jim?
Well, the vulture is the public sanitation bird.
Okay, so they're picking up the stuff off the side of the road, make sure everything's clean. Now, the other thing is, if there's a bird that gets hit by a car and it goes down, that's a real bird. The other bird, the government birds, they don't die. They
bounce.
They bounce. And if you try and shoot one down, that's the one that you missed. You thought you missed them, but you didn't, because they're carbon fiber with Kevlar feathers.
Kevlar feathers, yep.
And they'll just fly away. They'll just take off, right? So
yeah.
Magpies are trying to kill them in Australia. Now, lockdowns. We know about the lockdowns. We know they wanted to keep us in our houses. That's when the birds were doing their firmware updates, right?
Yep.
So whenever you get called for another lockdown, that's the firmware updates happening. All the birds will gather. They'll get their firmware updates.
It should only take about 10 or 15 minutes, though.
Yeah, but they gotta rotate, right? Because they've only got so much bandwidth, so they can't update them all at the same time.
And there's a lot of drone birds out there.
Yeah. Now, have you noticed a lot more bird poop on your car lately?
Yeah, and it's getting tougher to get off.
Yeah, right, because they're putting adhesives in there. You can't just spray it off with a hose now. You got to get like one of those Scotch-Brite scrubby pads to get it off.
Those magic pads.
Well, that's to make it stick, so that the nano chips that they put in the bird poop will stick to your car so they can track the car. Right? They don't have to keep up with you anymore, but the nano chip will send the signal back to the government to keep track of where you are, right?
Mudball's inquiring about the bird that gets flipped on you on the highway.
The bird that gets flipped at you?
Yeah, that's the manual bird.
Well, you don't see a lot of birds on the highway. That's because a lot of them, there's frequent recharging, right? Like if they have to do a lot of flying, then they have to stop and recharge, and that's why you see them on the wires all the time, right? They go on the electric wires, the overhead wires, and they recharge that way. And some of them can also recharge and get firmware updates on antennas. So you'll see them on antennas and on wires. So
they don't have LiPo batteries?
No. Oh, well, yeah, they got LiPos, but they still have to be recharged, right? Okay. Yeah. So because these things won't fly forever, some of them are solar, but like the owls, obviously they can't work on solar because they're doing the nighttime thing. Now there's also bluebirds. Now bluebirds are in charge of retinal scanning, right?
So they're like the 4K, 8K birds then? Yeah,
but they can scan your retina and they know exactly who you are,
where you're at,
and
where you're going.
Yeah. Now, birds can't get into your house. That's why the government has cell phones with cameras, right? All your smartphones look at you while you're inside. The birds take care of you while you're outside.
That's right.
Okay, so there's our conspiracy theory for the day.
I got a question, Gary.
Yes.
Those birds that hit your living room window, is that because the return to home wasn't set high enough?
If they hit the window and fly away, that was a return to home error. Okay. If they hit the window and then die there, that's the old real bird.
Okay.
Okay. because you could take that one apart and not find the chips, right, or the batteries, right? So we believe that probably half of all the birds are real, and I believe somebody was saying that only 10% of Canadian birds are watching us. I think the percentage is higher in other parts of the world where they have a bigger military or government budget for surveillance, but here in the middle of an election, we don't have the budget for it, right? So
those seagulls that do the coastal surveillance are getting a pretty good show.
Yeah, well, they do the coastal surveillance, but they'll also do a lot of watching what's going on around chip wagons.
Yes, they do.
And they're there to gather the adhesive that they could put on your car right there in the parking lot. But
right. And you thought that white poop was because they eat worms? No.
Yeah. So now, just for our audience, we have to ask the question: who do you think is watching who now? When it comes to bird watching, who's watching? Huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Now a lot of our information has come from birdsaren'treal.com. And
yeah, you didn't think we came up with this ourselves, do you?
No. And birdsaren'treal.com. You can go there and check out their merch. We don't get any there's no
kickback.
There's no sharing of revenue. But Jim, you were saying they've also got a lecture tour?
Yes. They're in, where did I find that? Oh my God. Truth Tour. Here we go.
The Truth Tour.
They're in Lawrence, Kansas, Chicago, Illinois, going to Pittsburgh in October. Get your tickets before they sell out.
Yeah, well, I don't know that I'm going to cross the border to go see the just see the birds flipping out. Or I'm reading the chat and trying to do this at the same time.
The VIP tickets are $30 advanced. Oh, sorry, 75.
$75. Holy
VIP.
Oh. Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be giving them my email address.
Wow. So, all right. So we've covered our conspiracy theory. Is there anything else that we missed? I don't know.
Not of those birds.
I like that they do charge on the wires, though. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, the tracking the poop on your cars, so you know where you go.
Yeah. Well, we know where they go. They go on your car.
That's right.
But it is much stickier. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I've tried waxing the car and it still doesn't come off when you spray it.
You used to be able to just hose that off. Now you got to scrub at it.
Yeah. So
extra acid or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's the Gorilla Glue.
They're not eating enough fiber. I'll tell you that much.
It's Eagle Glue. Anyway, let's see. Who else is in the chat? Boy, we silenced the chat, or did they all leave? Or did everybody leave? Yeah, we're down to 6.
We were hoping for a record today. Anybody in the green room?
Nobody's in the green room.
Nobody joining? Come on.
Oh, man, we sent out 30 invitations. Mudball still hasn't gotten back to me with his email address so we can invite him and Fisheye on.
Oh, yeah, I got his email address.
Do you? Oh, man. Well, send him the link.
Okay.
Oh, and Matt's still watching. Thanks, Matt. Matt Cundiff is he's scratching his head trying to figure out if he's being watched by the owl outside or
if anybody's watching. Yeah, we're watching you, Matty.
And the magpies in Australia. Wow.
Mudball, if you're still listening, I sent you that link. Come join us in the green room.
And we'll have to remind everybody, if you get a chance, check out Mudball Creative. Great content, really funny puppets. Hold on, I edited that. Hang on a second. Let's edit this and go that.
What do you misspell something?
Yeah, no, I'm just saving that. Okay, now I can show this. That's not the one I wanted to show. That one. So I used to say, please, no politics, religion, or racism, and no puppets. But we've deleted the no puppets thing.
All right, good.
Having seen Fisheye on Mudball's channel, we will make an exception if
we had a board of directors meeting and we revamped that revision.
Yeah, by a unanimous vote of the directors of Brant Aerials and
WBP,
the weekly Boshart Productions. Jim Boshart, president.
El Presidente.
Don't have to show off your address and all that, but
yeah, I have way too many stalkers.
Yeah, we wish, eh? Yeah. Yeah, that was enlightening, finding out about the birds and the government overreach there to Now that's not political. We're not political there. There's no political party involved. It's
just government in general.
Well, yeah, it's bipartisan.
I hate that phrase.
Bipartisan. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just water tonight.
Teespring.com. Go in there and check it out. I was there last night looking. I thought, holy cow, I got a lot of stuff in that store. There's fanny packs. Like anybody's going to wear a fanny pack. Tote bags, T-shirts, sweatshirts. We have the COVID pilot sweatshirt that says on the back, stay 6 feet back. Stay away 6 feet or 2 meters. There's a metric version and there's men's and ladies, metric and imperial. in the COVID stay back shirt.
Are you allowed to differentiate
between men and women?
Yeah. What if somebody gets offended? I kid you not. Last night when I went to the hospital, they filling out the questionnaire. Are you male, female, rather not say, or neither? How could you be neither?
Oh, Jim, we had to ask that question when I was doing census.
Yeah.
It would be male or female. How do you identify? Male, female, other.
Yeah.
Right? Now there's LGBTQ plus. Do you know what the plus is?
I don't remember. No.
You brought the premium package.
You can have more than a three-way.
Now, here's one that I found out from a friend who's in the military. The Norwegian Navy now, instead of putting the numbers on the front of the boat, on the front of their ships, the Norwegian Navy now uses a barcode. So that when they come into port, they can scan the Navy in.
And there you have it, folks. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Oh, man. I hate to shut down all 6 of them. Oh, there's 7 watching now. Oh, we didn't make our record. Somebody else must be on. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Canadian Drone Hub came on just before us. Let me just see now what we got going on. Yeah, Canadian Drone Hub is on at the same time, so they're over there watching Roger.
Can we sabotage that stream in any way?
Well, we could raid them. That would mean we'd have to shut it down, but
that defeats the purpose.
yeah. But you know what? You don't just claim. How many people are watching Roger's stream? Hang on a second. Let me just see here.
Is it worth sabotaging?
Yeah, he's got 14 watching.
Woo!
So if you took his 14 and put them over here, we'd be at 21. So that would have been a record. Thanks, Roger. Nice. Usually he'll promote my show, but he wasn't on this morning. Paul Murray was on this morning, so yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? Should we shut this down, or is there more to talk about?
No, I got nothing. I'm all talked out and just getting pumped for the real show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's do that. We'll call it a night. We'll we'll call it a night here. If you're going to go over to Roger's show, let him know that he stepped on me by saying Brant Ariel's raid at the Canadian Drone Hub. And we'll call it a night now. And we'll see you again next Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right?
Same bad characters.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Be kind.